the relationship that slowly destroyed him. What if the person who says "I love you" is the same person quietly destroying your life? Most people think toxic relationships begin with pain. They don't. They begin with happiness. That's what makes them dangerous. Because when the damage finally appears, you're already trapped. Ethan never expected his life to change because of a simple message. One notification, one conversation, one woman, and one mistake that would cost him years. At first, she seemed perfect. She laughed at his jokes. She remembered tiny details. She made him feel important, something he hadn't felt in a very long time. For the first time in years, Ethan felt seen, but there was something strange, something so small he ignored it. Every time he spent time with friends, she became upset, not angry, just disappointed. And disappointment is harder to fight than anger, because anger feels obvious. Disappointment feels like guilt. So Ethan started spending less time with friends, just to avoid hurting her. It seemed harmless, until something unexpected happened. His friends stopped calling. Weeks passed, then months, without realizing it. His world became smaller, but he wasn't worried, because she was still there. At least, that's what he thought. Then another strange thing began. She wanted constant updates. Where are you? Who are you with? Why didn't you answer? What took so long? At first, Ethan thought it was love. Many people do, but love and control often wear the same mask. The difference only appears later, and later was coming. One night, Ethan received a message from an old female coworker. Nothing romantic, nothing inappropriate, just a simple question. Yet somehow, it became a 3-hour argument. She cried, she accused, she blamed, and somehow Ethan ended up apologizing, even though he had done nothing wrong. How did that happen? He couldn't explain it, but it wouldn't be the last time. Weeks turned into months. Arguments became normal. Peace became rare. Every conversation felt like walking through a minefield. One wrong word, one wrong tone, one wrong expression, explosion. Ethan started thinking carefully before speaking. Then he started staying quiet. Then he stopped expressing himself completely. And that's when something dangerous happened. He lost his voice. Not physically, emotionally. The person he used to be was disappearing. But he still couldn't see it. Because emotional dependency creates a powerful illusion. The illusion that losing yourself is the price of keeping someone. Then one day she said something he would never forget. "If you really loved me, you'd prove it." Simple sentence, devastating consequences, because the request that followed became bigger and bigger and bigger. Every sacrifice led to another sacrifice. Every compromise demanded another compromise. And each time Ethan thought, surely this is enough. But it never was. Have you noticed something? For some people, enough never exists. Because their hunger isn't for love, it's for control. Yet Ethan remained. Why? Because emotional relationships create invisible chains. You can't see them. Friends can't see them. Family can't see them. But you feel them every day, especially when leaving becomes harder than staying. Then came the breaking point. One evening, Ethan looked through old photos from years earlier, pictures with friends, dreams, goals, ambitions, energy, confidence. He stared at them for several minutes. Then one terrifying thought entered his mind. What happened to that person? The answer scared him, because he knew exactly what happened. He traded pieces of himself to keep someone happy, and now there was almost nothing left. The relationship hadn't stolen his money. It hadn't stolen his possessions. It had stolen something far more valuable, his identity. That's when Ethan made a decision he should have made years earlier. He left, not because it was easy, because it wasn't. Not because he stopped loving her, because he didn't. He left because he finally understood something. Love should bring peace, not constant anxiety. Love should create freedom, not emotional imprisonment. Love should strengthen your identity, not erase it. The months after leaving were brutal. There were lonely nights, moments of doubt, moments when he almost returned. But every day away from the relationship revealed another truth. The version of himself he thought was gone was still there, buried, waiting. Slowly he rebuilt his life. He called old friends. He returned to old hobbies. He chased forgotten goals, piece by piece, day by day. And then one morning he noticed something unusual. He felt calm, no anxiety, no fear, no emotional pressure, just peace, the kind of peace he hadn't felt in years. And that's when he realized the most important lesson of all. Not every relationship that feels intense is love. Sometimes intensity is confusion. Sometimes obsession is attachment. Sometimes sacrifice becomes self-destruction. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away, because the right relationship won't ask you to lose yourself. The right relationship helps you become more of yourself. So here's the question. Are you building a relationship or slowly disappearing inside one? The answer could change your entire future.